Hi guys, I'm here at the Westview Cemetery in Fulton County, Georgia. That's Atlanta, and I'm here at the graves of the Cain family. Specifically, the unmarked grave of Herman Cain. We'll get down there in a second. So, who was Herman Cain? He was an American business executive, syndicated columnist, and Tea Party activist. He grew up here in Georgia. He graduated from Morehouse College in mathematics, got his master's degree in computer science from Purdue University, while working full-time in the... He joined Pillsbury Company, where he became vice president. During the 1980s, he was pretty successful at Burger King, so successful that Pillsbury appointed him CEO of Godfather's Pizza, which he held for 10 years from 86 to 96. He was chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City, Omaha branch until 91, deputy chairman until 96, Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City. In 1985, he was appointed to the Kemp Commission, and in 1996, he served as a senior economic advisor to Bob Dole's presidential campaign. From 96 to 99, he served as the CEO of the National Restaurant Association. In May 2011, he announced his candidacy for president. By the fall, he had proposed a 999 tax plan, and debating performances had him as a serious contender for a minute for the Republican nomination. On December 3rd, he suspended his campaign. However, he remained involved in politics. In the 2020 election cycle, Cain was the co-chairman of Black Voices for Trump. And this is unfortunately kind of where it didn't go as well for him after this point. So he was at a rally. He had. I mean, he was not a healthy man. He had survived stage 4 cancer. Lucky there. He underwent. He went into full remission. But this is kind of where it didn't go too well for him when he started working for the Trump campaign. He was at a Trump rally in Tulsa on June 20th, and he was an anti-masker guy, just like Trump. I don't care what you say. Trump was an anti-masker. So was Cain. And he was shown at the June 20th rally not wearing a face mask in a crowd, the majority of people that were not wearing a face mask. On June 29th, he tested positive for COVID. This was during the height of the pandemic, and was admitted to the Atlanta area hospital 2 days later. On June 2nd, Cain's staff said there was no way for sure to know if he's gonna, how he contracted the disease, and that's true. You can't say he got it from Tulsa, a Trump rally, but he didn't take any other precautions otherwise for himself or anybody he may have cared about. But ultimately, he did die of the disease at the age of 74 on July 30th, 2020. So, COVID killed him. Serious disease that many people take lightly. I shouldn't say, an illness that so many people take lightly. And not saying a mask would have prevented it. But the sad thing is, he died of it. But who knows who else he may have passed it on to, who also may have lost their life. So he had his father, Luther, his mother, Lenora, and you have Thurman. I think I've got this right. And he has a sister, or a sibling, Thurman, who died in 1999. So I'm pretty sure Herman Cain is buried right beside his brother Thurman, somewhere in this spot, right, just generally right in this area here. Interesting. Unmarked. He was pretty well known. So obviously he didn't want people coming here to see his grave, final resting, or have a monument to his grave. But I'm not saying a mask would have helped him, but it may have. But somebody else passed it on to him, so somebody else didn't care about wearing masks at the height of the pandemic. I mean, he was 71. He had a long life, but he probably could have had another 10 years or so on average, rather than being taken so early. I'm sure he left behind people that loved him and cared about him. Ultimately, hopefully, he didn't pass it on to anybody else that may have died from his unwillingness or inability to put on a mask. So there you go, guys. Somewhere right in here, the final resting place of Godfather's Pizza CEO, failed presidential candidate, Trump lackey, and COVID death, Herman Cain.